it's not great.
Yes. So that the Tanso's Kangien was somehow the very very closed the schools.
He didn't teach analect. He didn't teach.
He taught
great learning, but he just
everything.
Taught Chinese.
He taught everything,
Chinese poem,
including a Chinese poem. So so I'm going to also explain about what they taught to the student in the school later.
But the analect is a prerequisite instead of teaching those. You should memorize everything, right? But
the foundation for everything. He thought like that. Okay. So this one is his profile, the Kangien, and also the Hirose Tanso. He was born in the beginning of the last 100 the years of the Edo era, or at the end of the 18th century, 1782, and he died in 1856.
It means 1856 is almost close to Meiji era, right?
Yes. And also, as I said, the Tanso's Kangien last about 80 years. So this means this private school was operated to more than one directors, and also beyond the Meiji Restoration, still the Kangien last.
Yes. So he had a lot of disciples.
Yes, until Meiji 30. That was the moment when Kangien was closed.
Why closed?
Because the Meiji government, the new the education, the system, carried out
How do you think? This eye looks like stupid.
Yeah, at this moment, we modern people can maybe able to say like that, but at this moment,
they taught dignity, right? Pride. But new education system is influenced by Westerners, so they never teach like that, right?
Right. And also, as I said, one of the famous the disciple Cho Sanshu hired the fundamental the system of education system of the Kangien into the Meiji new government's the school law, and one of the significant aspect of his system was to using the scoring and the ranking system of the student based on the result of the test, periodical test. So that let me explain later. Well, he was born in the Oita, Hita of the Oita, and he was the Confucian and also educator and great educator, so that he was called as the saint of the education. There's not so many people, Japanese people, who was called saint in past. But one of the person was, of course, the Nakai Toju, saint of Omi. And when he was 10 years old, his education was started by the retired the samurai Matsushita Yuma. Yeah, but of course, before the 10 years old, he already learned under his father. This was the culture of this moment, and he was born in the wealthy merchant house, so that he himself was not a samurai. So that his father expected him to succeed his business, but eventually he did not. So that his brother succeeded. Well, anyway, 10 years.
But anyway, he had the skill to managing business because.
So eventually he could start his education business.
Business success.
Yeah.
right?
And in the age of 12, this one is the one of the good example. He lectured Hita in front of the Hita Daikan. Hita Daikan is the lord of this province. He was called from Hita Daikan, and he lectured, and the lord of the Hita.
This is very
impressed.
important. I'm familiar with several top executives of Japanese company, right? I never had a lecture for them. Let me try to do that. So they're going to evaluate me, and they're going to hire that company as a lecturer, right? And Bihon just only introduced by only touching human resource board member, but he's usually never accept my proposal. But I had better to propose top executive.
Yes, I think that is also the topics related with the things I explained in the last lectures about essential things.
Like a communication. I show you that this morning.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, so that.
Okay, great.
Yep. So and also
like kind of this lecture never accept me to hire me. Right?
Yeah, because in these days most of the executive never try to learn the essential things, but always they try to get the information, sufficient information, but
this
not
one is
essential
most
things.
important issue.
Right. Yeah, always essential things is very simple, but if we can say, now I understand the essential things, it takes a long time, depending on each person's. There's no one way or there's no shortcut to learn the essential things. Always, everybody have to struggle to understand.
Yeah, this morning Takahashi said the company's training program will not sustain because of recycling short-term training, and nothing happened.
So, in other words, now the recent period is kind of a period of utilitarianism era. Everybody tried to get the information in a short period, but nobody tried to understand the essential behind that. So that is a huge issues. Well, and also when after when he was 15, he went to the Fukuoka from Oita to get into another school operated by the Kamei Nammei, who was also the very famous Confucian in the Fukuoka domain. And also he studied there, but unfortunately he became ill. Maybe one of the reasons why he did not succeed the father's business was because he's not always healthy. He tended to be ill periodically.
Looks like
yes.
He's
So that
ill. Very weak.
Right. But not I don't say every Confucian or the famous such kind of educator in the era looked like him. One of the example was the Oshio Heihachiro, Oshio Chusai. He was somehow kind of opposite atmosphere of the person. His nature is like fighters. And at the end of his life, he actually tried to fight with the Osaka Bugyosho to let them do the virtuous operation of Osaka area, because at that moment the people had a heavy weather hiking, and the price of the rice
Farming.
Increased drastically.
Farming.
Yes. Well, so that there was also such kind of a very tough style of Confucians. Well.